What's that? You're going to prom? No, you're not. But you have been hired by a wrestling organization that has a dress code, and I'm going to help you dress right, no matter what the code might be. I'm Mike Quackenbush, and this is Till We Make It. And no doubt, as you continue your ascent through the ranks of professional wrestling, sooner or later, you're going to work for an organization that mandates a dress code that you must adhere to when you show up for live events. And to make sure you know exactly what the deal is, I'm going to walk you through those most common of dress codes and help you show up looking smart and being ready. In this video, I'm going to focus on 5 dress codes, the most common ones that you're going to hear about out there in the real world as well as in the wrestling world. And they are formal, semi-formal, business formal, business casual, and casual. So let's start at the very top of the ladder. That's formal, what you wear to a black tie event. And formal events are where you might wear a tuxedo, for example. Not only would a tuxedo be acceptable, but a well-fitted black suit might also be acceptable. And while a tie is expected, it might also be dressed up with a vest or a waistcoat. And for any event where formal is the dress code, you want to make sure you've got polished shoes on your feet. And ladies, if you're turning up for an event where the dress code is formal, that means the dress you're going to wear is floor length. I don't mind telling you that I've been to weddings and I've been to business functions where the dress code was formal, but I have never worked for a wrestling company that mandated formal attire for any event. Far more common than formal at the very top of the ladder is semi-formal, moving down one notch. And this usually connotes a dark suit, but not necessarily black. You can get away with your navies and your browns and some grays at semi-formal. If the occasion or dress code is semi-formal, you're also going to need to have a necktie on and dress shoes as well. This time around, though, those dress shoes could be leather shoes. They don't need to be high polished like they would if the dress code was formal. And semi-formal for the ladies means a cocktail dress. Dresses no longer need to be floor length. You could even get away with a dressy skirt. Admittedly, semi-formal in pro wrestling circles is pretty uncommon. You are far more likely to come across business formal. Business formal forms a happy medium that is beneath semi-formal but is a little bit elevated from business casual. It is not uncommon for wrestling organizations that are on tour to mandate a business casual dress code, so going business formal is a great way to elevate your look and make sure you stand out from the pack. Business formal is a suit and tie look, but it allows you to showcase more of your personal style. You aren't locked into darker colors, and you have more opportunity to experiment with fabrics and textures. So a couple great things about business formal dress code. Number 1, you're unlocked from those darker solid colors. You can get away from the blacks and the navies and the browns. 2, you can rock a fun accessory, like a lapel pin if you've got something like that. And number 3, you no longer need to use those rigid straight line pocket square folds. So if you've got something different that you like to do, or you've got like a custom fold of your own, go ahead and rock that at business formal. If you look dapper in a bow tie, you can absolutely rock it at the business formal level. And as a personal taste, I would like to caution you away from some of the more unique neckwear, which depending on what part of the world you are in, may or may not match trend. Things like bolo ties, cravats, and ascots. Proceed with caution. A business-style dress or a dress with a jacket will work for the ladies, but even at business formal, you still need heels, not flats. Let's come down one more notch to business casual from business formal, and this one is even more common in wrestling circles. If you want to go business casual, you've got a lot more options. For example, you could absolutely rock a blazer at business casual, and a blazer is different from a suit coat in a variety of ways. So how is a blazer different from a suit coat? Well, I'm glad you asked. That's what this video is about. Most blazers are navy blue in color, but not all. And in addition to being navy, there is another nautical element to most blazers. You will notice the buttons on blazers tend to be brassy, and some even feature nautical themes like anchors. You can absolutely pair a blazer with a dress shirt at business casual, but if the dress code is business casual, you don't need a tie. Business casual also frees you up to explore button-down shirts and nice polos as well. And of course, you don't need polished shoes at business casual. You can absolutely wear leather dress shoes. I know some people that rock a loafer at business casual. That's not my choice, but it can absolutely be yours. And ladies, you want to wear skirts or khakis and knit shirts or sweaters. And what if we go down to casual? Well, of course, button-downs and polos work there. Loafers could be worn. But keep in mind that a casual dress code is still a dress code. It is not clearance for a free-for-all. If the organization you are working for is taking the time to stipulate that the dress code is casual, that does not mean that you can turn up with your ripped jeans and Portugal the Man t-shirt. There is still a dress code in effect, and here's what makes for a casual dress. Nice jeans or khakis will work here. A casual shirt paired with neat sneakers or even sandals are acceptable at casual dress. And a casual blouse or shorts or even a sundress will work just fine for the ladies. If there's no dress code at all, well, then it's open season. But if there's casual dress code, it is still a dress code. Last but not least, there is a recent trend to include a different type of dress code, and you may have heard of it. It's smart casual. And although this term has been around for quite some time, I only first started hearing it referenced about 2 or 3 years ago. Do you know what makes up smart casual? I can tell you that smart casual is less formal than formal, semi-formal, business formal, and even business casual. It's a step up from casual, and I tend to think of it as trendy. Smart casual is definitely more elevated than casual, and I tend to think it connotes well-fitted, smart-dressed looks. Smart casual is in fashion and on trend, and it is never gaudy, flashy, or includes loose-fitting garments. I think smart casual is a great choice if you're going into a meeting or job interview where you have no idea what the dress code might be. Smart casual is a great choice for making a strong first impression because a well-put-together outfit conveys a sense of organization. You don't always have to be the best-dressed person in the room, but showing that you have a sense of style and showing up smartly dressed is a great way to make sure you are memorable. In addition to which, dressing a little bit smarter is going to give you a little bit of a confidence boost. And if you don't believe me, well, just watch this other video I made on that exact topic. I'll convince you over there. Do you ever want to turn up in a tuxedo for a company function that has mandated business casual dress code? Of course not. You're going to stick out in the worst way possible. You'll come off as pretentious and stuffy. But if I was going on tour with a company that mandates business casual as the dress code while we're out on the road, might I elevate my look by bumping up just one notch to business formal to make sure that I'm always looking smart while we're out on the road? Oh yes. Yeah, most certainly. I've got 2 pointers on my way out the door for you. Number 1, being well-dressed does not mean spending a whole lot of money. Are there really expensive designer labels out there that you can buy? You bet there are. But a lot of times you really aren't paying for a vastly superior product. You're just paying for the name of the fashionista on the label. Clothes that fit you well and make you look smartly dressed are ultimately more valuable than any piece with a tag bearing the name of a fashion icon. And my final point. If you've got clothes that used to fit you well but no longer do, consider getting them altered before you think about tossing them or donating them away. Near my place, there are 4 different dry cleaners, all of which have a sign in the window advertising that they do alterations. When I want to have my jacket taken in so the fit is a bit neater, I spend about $25 to have that alteration done. And that $25 spent is a much more reasonable option than going out to buy a brand new sport coat for $150 off the rack at full retail price. And when I have my pants tapered or hemmed up, I usually spend between $15 and $20. And that's a much more economical choice than going out to buy a brand new pair for $49.99. You can revitalize an entire wardrobe by having clothes altered to fit you well, and you'll probably end up spending less than you would have on one designer item. I hope you are finding this kind of content useful to you, no matter where you're at on your journey. You keep on being awesome, and I will keep on making the videos, and we will keep on faking it.